Alright, what's going on, everyone? I know it's been a while since the last time I uploaded a video, but I figured I'd do it one more time. For this order in particular, I think it's a unique set of cards that most people don't really submit that much anymore today, just because, you know, most of them have already been submitted. So I have 32 cards from SGC. I submitted bulk service with Nash cards, and they're all 1975 Topps, 75 Topps Mini, and 76. So all baseball with the exception of two Tom Brady cards. So I'm just gonna go through each and every one and just show off these cards. So first one here, we got a 75 Jim Rice rookie. Pretty much the story of this submission was I was basically just expecting around a 0.5 grade above what I ended up receiving. So this one I thought would be an 8, but it got a 7.5. Looks really good. And I do think, here's a rose here. This one presents really, really well. I think the coloring is really what did it here. The yellow is like a little bit faded. It's very hard to tell, but the centering is immaculate. So I think SGC is actually tougher in PSA than for the vintage stuff. Like, I would be shocked if this one didn't get a PSA 9 based on the eye appeal and everything. So here's just a base Brady from the second year from Upper Deck MVP, and then we got an insert from the same set. This one got a 9. So. And 76, moving on to 76, we got a Fisk here and an 8. Yeah, it's really, really sharp, so. Yeah, you be the judge on that one. Yeah, I was pretty much expecting this one probably to get an 8.5 to 9 range, but oh well. This one looks good. Centering is good. But the problem is there's some print dots, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but the print quality here, you got the ink that's like kind of bleeding onto the white, so that significantly deters the card from getting a much higher grade. Oh, I definitely wasn't honest. I threw in a 59 Fleer Ted Williams in here as well. I really like this one too. I was looking for a 7 on this, but a 6 I'll definitely take. Yeah, it's got a little bit of paper loss there, so on the corner, so definitely fair on that grade. Let's see, we got the 75 Mini of the Jim Rice, so also a 7.5 on that one. This one 6.5. I mean, yeah, I see there's snowing here. It's pretty much slanted. The centering is definitely really off, but you know, the corners are relatively sharp. You know, I wouldn't, you know, back in the day, this would definitely get at least a PSA 7. But, you know, they've, yeah, you can definitely see some snowing there. So I definitely understand the 6.5 on that, but a little bit of a bummer. We got a Mike Schmidt here. This one definitely off-centered. Print quality is a little bit off focus on the picture, but needless to say, it's a really nice looking card. Al Kaline, the centering is definitely pretty good too. We got some snowing in the highlights, so a 7.5. It's a little bit tough on that one. The corner isn't perfect, but it's still pretty sharp. This is a fan favorite card here because of the first pinch running card. This one, the color on this card is really, really nice. I was hoping for an 8, but the corners are definitely soft, so respectable grade on that one. We got an 8 on this one. Centering is definitely off. It looks like it's got a little scratch on the case there. Yeah, I think I was hoping for an 8.5 on that. And then we got a Reggie Jackson here. This one's an 8. Coloring looks great, but it's got a little bit of, yeah, it's definitely running down all the way down for the print defect. So an 8 on that one is definitely warranted. Let's see, we got a Steve Carlton, an 8. I was actually thinking it'd be a 9, but SGC caught this little bit of a surface bump right there, which will definitely take it down. You get a 7 on the 74 highlights, and pretty obvious with the snowing on the bottom. Still looks nice though. We got an 8 on the 66 MVPs. The centering, the reason why I submitted this one is the centering was really, really nice. I thought it had a good chance at a 9, but it does have a little bit of a surface bump there and a little bit of snowing on the top. So that one gets the 8.5 on the mini of the Jim Palmer. Centering was pretty much perfect. It just had a little bit of a dull corner there. So, but I do really like the black matte finish on the minis. I think that presents really well. Frank Robinson, same situation as this one. I was hoping for a little bit of a higher grade, but looks really nice. This one, I think they actually overgraded. I was thinking a 6.5 on this one. As you can see, this is actually on the card. There's like these, I'm not sure how, there's like these scuffing marks. Definitely not factory induced. It was probably something that came with the wear and tear over time, but very sharp card, just off-centered significantly too. So looks nice though. This one, this was probably the biggest marginal difference between what I expected versus what it got. I was thinking a 7 on this. I know that centering top to bottom is pretty poor, but it was pretty sharp. But now that I think about it, it is slanted. So you can see here that it's minor slant cut. Also, there's a little bit of, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it looks like a little bit of wrinkling right on the side. I don't know if you would count that as a wrinkle, but it definitely has some surface issues on that. So very strong for a 5.5 though. This one, 7.5. I mean, yeah, I was hoping for at least an 8 on this one, but presents really nicely though. But I think the major theme with a lot of vintage stuff, especially with SGC, is they grade on average, in my experience, around a half a score lower than a PSA for certain cards, especially the vintage, you know, your 50s through 80s. I think that's kind of where they get a little bit tougher, and then I think their ultra moderns is definitely a little bit more lenient. We got an 8 on this one. I was hoping for an 8.5, 9, but yeah, no, that's where I evaluate SGC, but I do think that they're more consistent than PSA. Or just recently, I got a ultra modern order where I actually got 30 out of 36 of my 36 card orders were all 10s, or 30 of them were 10s. So, and I was expecting only 20. So, you know, it's just the inconsistency to me is, you know, a little bit of a deterrent for me buying stuff. So, in those slabs, so I definitely go the SGC route when it comes to vintage buying, and I'll definitely continue to do so. This is an 8.5 here on the Tony Perez. This one is really, really nice. It does have the fisheye below the reds, and I think that's a snowing right there on the hairline too. So, but it's tough. I mean, I would, you know, if I submitted this a year ago to PSA, I would definitely expect a 9. So, let's see. Tom Seaver, 8.5. Same story here, a little off-centered. Corner isn't perfect right there, but you know, you get some 9s with those corners at any time, all the time. So we got some printing dots on the bottom, and it kind of extends towards the background above. So I understand why I got the 8.5, but the centering is 50-50. So it's kind of why I submitted it. I was hoping for a 9. You know, not the most valuable card from this set, but it does really look, it looks really, really good from a distance. It does look like a 10 quality from a distance, but you can definitely see those printing dots there. 8 on the Seaver. Yeah, I was hoping for a 9 on this one, but I'll take an 8. There's a little snowing on the back, so I definitely missed that. So Johnny Bench, snowy on the top too, but the corners are very sharp. So pretty much all these cards I submitted, I bought sets from a collector, and he kept them in an absolute immaculate shape. So the corners were always perfect, but it was always either centering, snowing, or the diamond cuts that really killed him. So definitely the corners were always in great shape, but this one has a little bit of soft corners on the two corners over there, and then there's a little bit of snowing. So the 8 on the Stargel. I was actually expecting a 9.5 on this one, but now that I look at it again, printing dots there. There's a few other printing dots dash snowing right up there and right there as well. So, yeah, SGC doesn't miss when it comes to vintage. I mean, I definitely didn't take a closer enough look on that. So, only a few more. We got 3 more here. Thurman Munson. This is an 8. First glance, I thought this was a 9 without a question. I mean, it looks amazing, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but right on this corner, there's like a little bit of a surface mark. Yeah, you won't be able to see it, but there's a little bit of a dimple on the side there, and I think that's what they caught. And then there's a little bit of snowing in the back too. So 8 seems warranted. New York Mets. This is another one like the Steve Garvey. From a distance, it looks like a 10 quality, but once you go a little closer, I think there's a little bit of snowing on the bottom of there, and then I think the focus on the picture isn't perfect. So Hank Aaron, this one looks really, really nice. Definitely 9 quality on the front. It looks amazing on the front. It was just the back that definitely killed it. You know, the center and the back, and there's a little bit of snowing too there. The print quality, as you can see, like the 5 is kind of wearing out, and then the bat knob is also doing the same as well. So, or the bat end, sorry. But yeah, last card here, we get the record breaker. So 7.5. You know, your same issues with most of the other cards, but needless to say, these are really, really nice. I think I'm going to, I'll probably keep a good amount of them. I'm definitely gonna hold on to the Ted. So this one I'll definitely keep. I think I'm gonna keep this one just because I think this one's undergraded. I know it has a little bit of the bleeding mark, but I do think this is definitely better than a 7.5 in my opinion. So I'm gonna keep my 2 Brady's, and then I think this is probably the a good one to keep as well. The presentation quality is amazing, so I don't think you'll find a nicer 8.5 than this. So that's what I like to do. I like to hold on to the cards I think are, you know, undergraded, and then sell the ones that are over. And then I do PC a lot of Red Sox stuff, and I think I'll hold on to that as well as the Fisk here. So yeah, these will all be available in my store. I have a few other orders coming out. I think I sent a lot of my 75 and 76 like lower end stuff to CSG. I would have liked to send them in the SGC, but $25 a card is just, it's a little bit too high for most of those cards. I think most of those cards are the $40 to $60 range. I just didn't think it'd be worth, you know, spending half the value of the card on the grading fee. So there's about 282 there, and then I have an ultra modern order coming back from PSA as well as a modern order coming back. So those will arrive shortly. But as far as the grading card videos go, this is probably one of the last ones I have, at least for now. So sounds good. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you're interested in any of these, they'll be on my store and also on my MySlabs link, which I will put in the description. So see you guys.